And you recall that our historian Livy had said that the beginning of Roman degeneracy was the lapse of the old teaching. In other words, Livy says that earlier generations of Romans who held to the virtues of courage and honesty and industry and thrift and so on and nobility had somehow, somewhere along the line, failed to pass on this teaching to the next generation. And we talked a little bit about this when we talked about Livy. It's worth remembering again because Sallust points to the same process of degeneration. We look back in American history, and we could ask the same question. When we look at many of the early colonists and the outstanding men and the generations of godly people and the powerful prevalence of Christianity in the early American colonies long before the Revolution, we can ask ourselves, if there was a Christian generation, granted not all of them were personally regenerate and so on, but Christianity was much more widely prevalent and dominant and influential then, and accepted as the way to think about about reality than it is now. If it was that way then, why are we the way we are now? What happened? Well, Livy's answer is they had kids to whom they failed to pass on adequately what they believed, and we can see this in biblical history. In the Old Testament accounts of the sons of Eli, Eli's this faithful priest. His sons are wicked. What happens? Well, David and his sons. What happens when a godly, righteous man fails to pass on his knowledge of what faithfulness entails to his children? And well, it's his weakness and it's his failure, and it doesn't mean he wasn't godly after all. It just means that humans are failures. And so here these Roman historians point to the same process, and though they're pagans, they're very perceptive about what happens.